your forecast first. Sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It is a nice evening across Central Illinois in terms of sky conditions, since we don't have any more showers and storms out in the area anymore. The problem is, though, we do have temperatures that are still very warm and very muggy in the upper 70s and even still low 80s. Actually, 84 degrees still in Lincoln at 9 o'clock, 87 in Pontiac, now dropped to 85, and 80 in Danville. This is Springfield on the Flooring America weather camera. Part of the roofing dog on it. You can see the nice sunset out there with our winds that are pretty light right now, generally out of the south or so, under 10 miles an hour. So we still are calling for a few isolated showers and storms overnight tonight into our day tomorrow. We'll talk more about the chance for those pop-up showers and storms as well. WCIX News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
People say one fire department has been calling and asking for money, while the department says not to give them any. Plus, Brent Christensen's lawyers are asking for a delay in phase 2 of his trial, why they say it's going to take 85 hours to go through new evidence. And later, Chicago's mayor is asking the governor to bail out the city's pension debt. What Pritzker had to say about that.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. We start tonight in Vermilion County, where the Danville Fire Department is warning people about a scam that's been circulating in the area. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is in our newsroom. So Jennifer, tell us what's happening there.
As the fire department on the phone and calling people trying to solicit money. The fire department says they've had questions from people getting these calls asking if it was legitimate. It's not. The department says they do not solicit money and nobody has been authorized to do that on their behalf. So far, they don't believe anybody has given their money to this scam and no police reports have been filed. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Other news tonight, the Champaign County coroner says a toddler is dead after being shot by a pellet rifle. It happened yesterday on Rosewood Drive between Meadow and Greendale Drives in Champaign. The coroner says 1-year-old Lauren Brown was pronounced dead at the hospital. She was shot in the chest. Police sent out a statement saying, quote, although this incident remains under investigation by the Champaign Police Department, the preliminary information suggests that this was just a tragic accident, end quote. We have an update for you. The Danville police have made another arrest in a deadly shooting that happened back in April. 22-year-old Tavares Mitchell was arrested in Chicago by the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. He was wanted for aggravated battery and mob action stemming from the shooting of Roosevelt Anderson. Percy Freeman and Denzel Aldridge were also arrested in April. They have both been charged with murder. Brent Christensen's defense team is asking for a delay less than a week before sentencing is supposed to start. Christensen kidnapped and killed U of I scholar Yingying Zhang 2 years ago. He was convicted last week. In a motion filed by the defense, they claim new evidence from prosecutors will take more than a month to review. All of the video interviews are with Zhang's family and friends, and they require translation. They estimate that would take a total of 85 hours. The defense is asking that the sentencing phase is either delayed until July 29th or that all of the evidence that still needs to be translated is not allowed in the sentencing phase. We have new information tonight. A teenager charged with setting fire to a dumpster pleaded guilty today. It happened at the apartment complex near Green and 6th Street in Champaign last month. The teen admitted to starting the fire that then spread to the apartment. No one was hurt, but 17 people were displaced. A mistake in the notification system at Champaign schools had some parents panicking this morning. The school district says it was human error. A message was sent that said there was a lockdown at Garden Hills Elementary. It was dated August 2017. When school leaders realized the mistake, they sent a second message asking parents to disregard the first. The initial message was supposed to be about online registration. District leaders want parents to know the school district was not hacked. New for you tonight, one group is hoping to put a stop to what they call the cruel and inhumane treatments of immigrant children. About 100 people gathered outside of Congressman Rodney Davis's office today. They signed a letter asking for change in the treatment of children in immigrant detention. The petition asks for 3 changes: close the camps, don't spend any more on family detention and deportation, and they want members of Congress to visit the camps themselves and reunite families.
And we want all the members of Congress to actually go down themselves and see for themselves at these sites what the conditions are, just how awful it is, and ask themselves if they're really okay spending all of our taxpayer dollars at incredibly high rates to put people in camps that aren't even suitable for animals.
In a response, Congressman Davis said, quote, anyone in U.S. custody must be treated humanely and with respect, and any bad actors must be fired immediately. He went on to say, quote, Congress needs to do its job and work in a bipartisan way to fix our broken immigration system. About a month ago, Republican State Senator Dale Ryder announced he will not run for re-election in 2020. Now we're getting a first glimpse at some of the candidates who may run to try and replace him in Springfield. House Republican Darren Bailey, a farmer from Louisville, is considering a run for Ryder's seat. His colleague Chris Miller, a farmer from Oakland, says he won't run, but his wife Mary might. She is considering a possible run for that seat in the Senate. Both Bailey and Miller opposed the governor's budget, legal marijuana, and the capital plan. They both signed on to a plan to divorce downstate from Chicago. Chicago's new mayor, Lori Lightfoot, wants the state to tax retirement income in order to bail out the city's massive pension debt. But after the two politicians met this week, Governor Pritzker says the state cannot consider that option.
The state is at just above junk status in its credit rating. So there are not liabilities that can be adopted by the state that would not drive us into junk status. So that is not something that we can do.
Obviously, the governor is going to be a partner with us. He's well aware, as we all are, that the city has substantial budget issues and financial issues, particularly around our pensions. And we're going to work together cooperatively to see what we can get done.
The governor did say he's open to potentially consolidating downstate police and fire pension funds into one big pool to cut down on overhead costs and to maximize their returns. The governor was in southern Illinois today to talk about improvements to infrastructure and a new casino license for Walker's Bluff. But some House Republicans say the capital plan is packed full of pork, referring to pork barrel politics or granting favors in exchange for support. Hundreds of millions of dollars in the plan are earmarked for efforts around Chicago, including $400,000 for dog parks. 257 pages of the 362-page bill talk about funding for Chicago. Despite concerns about frivolous spending in Democrat-dominated areas, the governor says he believes all of the allocations are fair. A building in Danville is still crumbling, and crews are working to keep it intact. The owner of Collins Tower has been talking about transforming the space for over a year. Now parts of the street have been blocked off because the building's facade is still falling. The owners tell us they are still trying to rehabilitate the property. An insulin pump is being recalled, why hackers are the biggest concern. Plus, 4th of July festivities are being planned all around the country, why some say the ones in D.C. are being politicized too much.
We'll be talking about the 4th of July forecast because we do have chances for showers and storms not only for tonight, tomorrow, but also into our Thursday on 4th of July and even into the weekend as well. So we're talking about that, as well as the hot and humid conditions that we have. So Thomas Jefferson, he was a big avid weather fan, recorded a high temperature of what temperature on July 4th, 1776 in Philadelphia? Was it 56 degrees, 66 degrees, 76 degrees, or 86 degrees? We'll see if Jess knows the answer to this patriotic question after this.